Get it.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I stay
Anybody
ready.
nervous? Everybody good?
I stay ready.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy Friday, everybody. Nika's already like,
Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday.
Boom, 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 boom.
What's the noise? What was the noise?
Ow! Ow! Happy Friday! Ow! You gotta make the face. Ow!
Damn.
yes, that is
So-
the new sound effect for Cotton Candy Friday.
For Cotton Candy Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Zay, I want to say this.
Did you do the owl thing?
She did
She
the
just
owl.
brought it in.
Yeah.
I don't have those
Y'all
kind of
need to
skills.
record it. Y'all need to record this. Y'all need to record
And,
it.
oh, don't worry, it's been
getting-
recorded. 1, 2, 3. It's
Ow.
recording.
Wait, y'all gotta stick the tongue out.
Go ahead.
Ow.
There
You gotta
it
make
is.
it like
There
that.
it
It's
is.
Cotton Candy
There
Friday.
it is. Let's get a clean
Not
one. Let's get a
any
clean
kind
one.
of
Let's get a
Friday.
clean one. Everybody quiet.
Ow.
One more time.
Ow.
There it is. There it is. I would suggest that you guys rewind and make that your ringtone.
And make it your
Make it your
ringtone.
ringtone.
Yes. So, Zay, I have to connect something for you. So remember, I went to an event and I was like, oh, the event was so awesome. And then there was this girl and her name's Bernita and she was so funny and she did a joke about biscuits. Remember?
Right.
And I was like, she was talking about the
Right.
biscuits and then she had to watch them in the oven because they grow up so fast.
Can I just tell you, you have inspired this woman to become a comedian.
I'm gonna be a comedian
She
now.
wants to be a
Come on,
comedian.
Nika.
Yep,
I
yep.
got you, boo. You
So
can
we gonna
do
do the female show, and
Yes.
I'm gonna be in the female show with it. But
Yes.
it was
Right.
after I left there, I was like, man,
Right.
she's so funny. And I would just biscuits for like 4 days. But to me, it's like the simple funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It isn't like it's a joke that you got to spend a whole lot of time on,
Right.
or that it's so in debt.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
Because you can watch the biscuits grow.
Grow up. Yeah. So inspiring how fast they grow.
Yes, yes. So I'm excited and
You gotta
to
get
have
up
you
on the
here
microphone,
and to be able
please.
to brag about you a little bit.
Oh, I
Oh,
gotta
yeah, you
get
got
in
to
the
get in this mic.
I gotta get in the mic.
you gotta get
Gotta in the microphone.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
microphone.
I've been bragging about you, and I've definitely been bragging about the show because of course I love Mr. Coop over here as well. But the people on the show are truly talented. I
Oh, yes.
love me some Delisha,
Oh,
and
yes,
I
that's
love
my
you,
boo.
and I love Bobby. He is great.
Yes, that's
and,
my cat.
of course my glow deals under his or mine.
Oh my God.
And then Wendy.
Yes,
Everybody.
I love Wendy.
Everybody hitting the stage is just someone that I would love for everyone to support,
Yeah.
in their endeavors and what's going on. So
Yeah.
this has been my official support show. You want to talk about supporting San Antonio and you
Come
ain't
on.
at this show,
Hello.
then you ain't talking about
Hello.
nothing.
You ain't talking about nothing. You ain't talking about nothing.
What y'all
You
didn't
ain't
know
talking about
is,
nothing.
Yeah,
Get
get on
up
the
in there.
microphone, sir.
Get all up in the mic.
Oh, I gotta be like, yeah.
That
wow.
mic.
Yeah, what you,
Okay.
That
Yeah.
mic.
Don't be whispering in
Not
my
your
ear,
mic.
man. Like,
say, what-
that's from my.
I'm sneaking in. I'm sneaking in because I'm introducing the MC. So I'm gonna be like, look, I got 5 minutes. And I'm
Right. I'm finna try to get this joke in.
I got like 2 jokes I've been practicing, boy.
Man. And so,
2 jokes?
as a comedian,
Tell me the
though-
jokes. Tell me the
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah,
Tell
yeah.
me. Tell me.
Really?
Tell
You
me.
want me to tell 'em right
Okay,
now?
let me tell you how that doesn't work.
Exclusive.
That doesn't work though. And you know how it's kind of like I see when people are like, "Oh, you sing for me right now."
Right.
Now, but to me, like even in comedy, "Are you funny? Tell me a joke." It
Right.
doesn't
It
work
work
like
like
that.
that.
Like I can tell you the premise of it, but the joke is
Like-
about my action, how I deliver it,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
And unless
Yeah.
like y'all want to sit down and put a spotlight on me, you don't
Right.
want me to
like,
tell.
You gotta
just-
have those quick excerpts. Like it's like, tell me the joke. Your breath that you speaking right now, baby, is a joke.
Wow.
You did not. You missed the
Make me
Facebook
feel
this
some
But I
morning.
got the punchline.
We gonna file a missing report on your toothbrush and your toothpaste right now. Somebody call the po-po. This Negro that lost his mouthwash and his breath mints. Jesus,
God.
bless the Lord, hallelujah. Oh God.
Okay, so she just taught me something.
What happened?
She just taught me
The
something.
insult is the joke?
Yeah.
That's
Well, you
hilarious.
just have to get right into something.
Right,
you
into
know?
something.
But
Yeah,
if you do it like that, they won't ask for no more jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yo,
I think in
hairdo
the end,
is
it's really
today's
just
joke.
about the people you just make me laugh more than tell me
right,
a joke,
right.
right?
Yeah. And it is,
and
but-
that's perfect, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
because
perfect.
yeah.
But
Because I
as,
wanna make you
as a
laugh.
comedian, you gotta be ready at any given moment,
Yeah.
off the top of your head. I'm naturally silly,
Right.
and funny. So it comes natural to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wake up cracking jokes.
Right. Well, that's why, you know, and that was kind of my thing. It was like, well, I want to say last year I was doing the hosting, and I would say something that wasn't a joke in my head.
Yeah.
But people was laughing like I just told a joke, and I was like,
You funny though.
Let me give me another one in, you know. And I'm that, but it has to be like a natural thing.
Yeah.
Like it can't be a knock knock, who's there, you know,
Right,
that
a
type
script.
of thing. So I get that too. And can I tell you, I had my first stage fright.
What?
It was my first stage fright because in my head I was like, man, I'm gonna tell jokes, right? So I literally hosted Earthquake.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm do my normal hosting thing, you know, and that. But in my mind I was like, I got the mic, I got the stage. Earthquake gotta go pee. Like, I got 4 minutes right now. I can just come with it. And I was like, oh. Because it was set up and I
had that happen to me one time.
Yeah.
One time.
That's why I'm talking about it, because I was gonna be, and nobody knew, because it wasn't like I was on the flyer as the comedian.
Right.
So it wasn't a bad thing, because nobody else knew that I had jokes in my head. They just thought, Nika silly, she dancing on the stage. I'm thinking like, what was my jokes? Dang it, I had so many good ones the other day. I couldn't think of them, man. And so I was like, I had stage fright. I had to tell myself, like, kind of like be honest with myself, like, why you didn't just, but it was
Whenever
nervousness.
you go blank, go atmosphere.
Yeah, okay, because it was the nervousness of doing something in my head different. I'm hosting, I could kill that. I can do that blind and Michael Jackson walking, you know, at the same time.
Yeah,
But when I put in my head I was gonna tell these jokes, oh yeah.
Did you tell them?
No! And then everybody, the few people that I did tell, that I was like, if I get a chance, I'm gonna tell a joke. All of them asked me, did you do a joke? And I was like, no. I got scared.
You got scared. I had that happen to me one time, and I said, never again.
Never again.
Never again.
So I figure if I talk about it, I won't do it again.
You won't do it
know
no
what
more.
I'm saying? I'll get up there and we gonna be funny, damn it.
Just gonna talk about yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
I did stand up at Tucker's and Uptown 78. Mm-hmm. Killed it.
Killed it?
Killed it.
Was you by yourself though?
Yeah.
I mean, the bartender laughed and the door dude.
Right.
At Tucker's though, it was actually in front of a host of comedians, because it was like comedy night.
Oh, okay.
And then you get up there free, you know, you up there freelancing and freestyling, and boy, I'm like, oh my God. And they're not laughing at anybody. Mm-hmm. That's the sad thing.
Right.
Everybody get up telling their jokes like,
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God.
Wow, that's a tough room.
Yeah.
So why would you do it then? Like if it's not a good room, why would anybody do it?
First of all, because Benita's also my inspiration.
Oh.
So I have to.
Them biscuits, girl, them biscuits.
I didn't hear the biscuits. Well, I didn't hear the biscuits ones. But anyway, and I got up. I was just like, look, you know what? I'm gonna just do what I do, how I do what I do, the way I do what I do, and I do what I do. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was doing. And by the time I left, everybody standing up and clapping. I was like, shit.
You feel good, right? Feel
Boy,
good.
I
Feel good.
left.
Yeah.
I can't let nobody congratulate me.
Right.
I left.
You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. You gotta
It was
stop
late
that.
night. It was late
Listen,
night.
people pay their money to come see you, or people get their time to come see you. You give them a show every time.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
About 10 minutes. No, just kidding.
10 minutes.
All my life really. It's just that now I just get paid to be myself.
Okay. Yeah. Do you travel a lot? Have you traveled a lot?
Yes.
Okay,
I've
that's
traveled
cool.
a whole lot. I did a Carnival cruise line for the Women of the Red Hat Society or whatever. And so somebody took that video and sent it to Ricky Smiley. So that's how I got to Ricky Smiley. And then from that, it just took off and then B. Michelle had put me on Praise and Laughter, and so that's how I got out here in San Antonio, and, you know, just from there, God just kept opening door after door after door after door, and that's just who I am, you know what I mean? I'm very consistent at being me.
Yeah, right? That's an easy thing.
I'm not trying to be
Been
anybody
doing that
else.
for years.
Been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Got a degree in being me.
I'm on this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know Bobby had put up put up a post the other day, and he had someone had mentioned you in the post, and he was just asking, you know, if comedians in San Antonio are just as funny as Houston and Dallas, you know, are we there already? Are we working to get there? And lots of comments. I think that people in general, comedians, if you're funny, you're funny. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Right.
But I think that the hustle is completely different. In the different cities. You know?
The hustle is definitely different. For me as a comic, I realized that I've invested in so many people and I never invested in myself. I never believed in myself enough to be my natural self, because also, as you know, I'm a preacher, I'm a licensed elder. So when you try to be yourself, sometimes you have to tone. For years, I masked my original self for the sake of the title. The church title.
Yeah.
The church title.
Yeah.
So I masked, I suppressed who I really was, and I would be
That's not good.
I would be that in private, but in the church, I would be one way. And I never forget, somebody told me, find something and be consistent at it.
Wow.
And I went home and I prayed, and I'm crying, like boo-hoo, boogers coming out, tears, you know, God, what can I be consistent at? And I'm telling you, sure, your name is Nick Cleaver. He said, be consistent at being yourself.
Man.
And at that moment, I was going through cancer and everything. God, literally at that moment, I knew that I was free. And I'm free to just be my natural born, God-given, sanctified, ratchet, thug life self.
Know that.
Sanctified, ratchet, thug life self.
Yeah.
And
this is
let the church say.
Right. Amen. Absolutely. But see, this is one thing that I love, right? So I know you know Ray.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a comedian and also in the church.
Yes.
And so I know that even with his experiences, I'm assuming that you've had a few of your own where the church is looking at you upside your head.
Well, is she saved?
Right.
I question her
I
integrity.
question what's going on.
You know, they question
and you have
integrity.
a role of leadership.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, so with that, was it hard when you said at that moment you was able to be free when you were doing that? Did you just kind of look at him and be like, God said, or would you know?
No, I just go ahead and be me and let them be them and still love them. My job is to love.
Got it.
You know, so God so loved the world that He gave. So it's my job to give love. You know, that's just who I am. I'm a loving person. You got to when we can get to the place of maturity, it does not matter what people say about you, what people feel about you. You cannot control their emotions.
Right.
You only can control the emotions of yourself. So once I mastered my control, then I allow them to be free.
Right.
To where they're, and not allow what they perceptions or ideologies are of me
to come on to me.
To come on to me. I can't take on that cloak. That's too heavy for me. God said, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. Baby, I'm free.
So let me ask you this. Are you at the same church then than you are now?
Yeah.
It was the same pastor, same everything?
Yeah, I love my pastor. I have a dynamic.
Well, no, I'm saying when you had that epiphany.
Yes, I was still
you were at the same church.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love
Absolutely.
that. Because I feel like you're at a very supportive church.
Yes, I am. I love my pastor. Can I say my pastor name?
Absolutely.
My pastor name is Dante and Tabitha Banks.
Yes.
Of God Chasers.
Yes.
Community Church. I love my church. We the livest church in San Antonio.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
we be turned up.
I have no
for
problem.
Jesus.
A lot of times I'll be like, no, they don't advertise, but guess what? They do.
Yes, they do.
Hey,
yes,
God
they
Chasers,
do.
how you doing?
Hey, God Chasers.
I did that on purpose, right?
Yes. Listen, I have an amazing pastor, and he supports me, and he believes in me, and he speaks life over me, and Dante prays for me, and if I go too far, he'd be like, okay, elder. That was a little bit too far. I'd be like, I know, right? It was funny, though.
But it was funny, though. Yeah.
It's funny, though,
Yeah.
but that's who he is. Dante Banks is the coolest pastor on this side of heaven, and they are so anointed. They got to be super anointed to pastor somebody like me.
Right. And be able to do it so well.
Do it so well. They do a fantastic job.
Well, it's just interesting because, you know, when you have a leadership role in the church, it's hard to be in the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's an awesome thing.
Yeah. But see, me, I got to do my Cardi B voice. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that. You in the club just to party. I'm there. Look, I messed up the lyrics.
That's all right.
It ain't no praise and worship song. I got lost.
I don't know the lyrics. Right. I don't know the lyrics, so it's all right. You could have kept going, and I wouldn't have.
Club just a party. I'm there. I get paid a fee. I be in them out them banks so much. I know they tired of me.
Honestly,
there was a question on the live. And one of my listeners said, "How do you get started as an amateur in comedy?"
How do you get started as an amateur? They have a lot of venues or open mics. Go to open mics. If you're an amateur, go to open mics. You get feedback. That's how I started at open mics. Just going around the open mics. Bobby Smith had asked me once. I started at LOL. And when I came, Jerry Debo Smith had introduced me at LOL and Brent. And so when I came, they was like, just get up there and do it. So I got up there and I did it. Some coworkers of mine were like, get up there and do it. Do the stuff you be doing at the hospital. So I'm like, okay, let me get on up there. So I got up there and I did amateur night at LOL. And when I got off the stage, Ruben, the manager, said, how long you been doing comedy? I said, 10 minutes.
Right.
That 10 minutes you just gave me.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, no, that was professional work. Like, you funny. You funny. You need to come back. So I kept going back and kept practicing at home, practicing in my spare time and at the hospital, and just kept doing it, and here I am.
Man, let me tell you something. I love that, and I think it's moments, like you said, you got to be on your toes, because even on the stage with them telling me he had to go to the bathroom, right? And by the time I got again on the stage, I'm dumbheaded. I can't think of something. I know that there's jokes in there. I'm trying to start one, but whatever the case may be. Get home in the bathtub, and I'm like, oh, that would have been funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, and I had like 8 jokes.
Yeah, that's how it always be.
That's where it goes,
That's how it always be. Every time I exit the stage, my mind's like, oh man, I should have told this. I should have said this.
Yeah.
All kind of things
start coming.
Because now your adrenaline is rushing.
Right.
You know, so when your adrenaline is rushing, you get a lot of creativity. You know what I mean? So that's why I always drink a power drink before I go on stage. Yeah.
Power.
Yeah, power drink.
Is that something like bourbon and 7?
Because, because nigga old, sister old, I need a power drink, Keep me awake, because I get on stage, I be in the bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock, y'all.
Yeah.
Anything after 8 o'clock, I'm like this.
What time is it? What time
9
I go
o'clock
home?
news. Let me hit my DVR to record the 9 o'clock news so I can watch it when I wake up. I go to bed early, baby.
Well, I know that was one thing that I thought about too, though. Actually, just yesterday was you have the timing. I think that you got to always start a comedy show on time, and I think any show for that matter. Yeah. But definitely a comedy show, because what happens is they might be having their little juice. Now, if you 45 minutes late, he 45 into more juice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they can get up on stage and be half drunk because y'all started late and I've been drinking this whole time.
So you need to share the drinks. That's what you just share.
Right.
Because they will think you funny no matter what.
If they drunk too.
If they drunk.
So
if you hungry,
I'm just saying. But I did notice that I'm like, starting on time is a big thing with comedy shows because, again, I'm sitting here, I might be doing my little drink or whatever, and if you an hour late, I'm an hour into whatever.
Right, an hour into whatever, right. Now I'm feeling some type of way.
I'm feeling some type of way. Now you can call me up on stage, and now the whole routine done changed.
I'm giving them a whole hour to be there. Doors open at 7. And the show starts at 8, and if you are there at 8:06, you probably missed me. I'm gonna do my thing in 5 minutes.
At 8 to 8:05.
But they in for a big treat. They in for a big treat. I put on the show.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Of course, we got the flyer up there. Leave 'em laughing comedy show. So
comedy jam, but okay.
Oh Lord.
Leave 'em laughing.
It's like I'm branding, okay? Comedy jam.
Leave 'em laughing.
Stay consistent on this.
Really? Leave them laughing.
We're gonna have to leave them laughing dance. Go ahead, then.
I'm just saying. I think so. I
got the Cabbage Patch.
So let me tell you.
He like he was practicing range of motion.
I don't know if that's part of your jokes, but you might want to add that to the lineup. Everybody start laughing. You know why?
Wow.
Get one laugh, I'm successful.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna hire me a laughing person.
Thanks for having me be on your Leave 'Em Laughing Comedy Jam. I sure appreciate you.
You know, I sure appreciate you because I've been telling everybody about you.
Oh, thank
Not
you.
everybody, but everybody, their mother, their
Everybody.
sister, cousin, and
Oh,
brother. Man, I
thank you.
say, look, be there at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
But Nita be there with me.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I need
I
y'all
will
to
be
get a
there.
room.
So sweet.
I will be there.
All this love and passion.
This
that
cotton,
comes from
That's
this
my
cotton
brother.
candy
That's
Friday,
my
though, ain't
brother.
it?
It is, and I was wondering if
Look at my
Zay
phone. Just
had
ratchet.
found any fun cotton candy stories.
No.
No, you said all the other stories, right?
Everything
Nothing
else in
okay,
the world.
well let's see. Let's hit some of the national things that are going on in the world, and then we can come back to something else.
Well,
I don't
we
know
can-
what you're doing.
We can figure out a cotton candy thing, though.
Yeah, what's a
There's-
cotton-
There's
yeah,
a lot
what's
of
a cotton
there's a
candy?
lot of
What's
brain power
is there
right
a
here, right now,
relationship
right?
911 happening? Is anybody in a relationship trouble?
Have you ever had a question about relationships that you were like, man, I wish somebody could answer this for me?
Nah, pretty much, no.
Really?
Have you guys ever known someone who had no relationship issues ever and had no questions?
No, let me tell
We
you.
know one.
Well, look here. Not that I said, you asked me, did I know have any, say, I wish somebody could answer this for me. Because, see, I'm so sanctified and nosy, baby, I'm going to find out. I'm sanctified.
What was your last issue?
And how did you solve it?
Yes.
His ex.
The ex of your ex?
The ex of mine.
Okay, what happened?
The ex of my friend, yeah. She just keep trying to be relevant. Like, boo-boo, sit down. Y'all been over with 25,
Yeah.
Why you still here? What is the problem?
And he allowed her to
But if
continue
you so
to-
bad, if he's such a bad person, why you want him back? You know?
Right.
So,
Do they have children together?
They children older than us.
I know they
It was
older
not
than me.
there for the kids. It was not there for the kids.
They was over with
Okay.
before child support was even invented.
So what was the problem?
So then the
She kept
relevance.
trying to be relevant.
and
like,
he was allowing her because it can be. She
Yeah.
couldn't have been. Well, she could have been
but
the problem.
she was the problem. She
And
was the problem. She thought at the time she thought she was the problem. So I had to step to it. Like, look, I'm very confrontational. I am. I don't let none stay under the rug with me. I have to. For me to stay free, I have to address everything up front.
Gotcha.
I'm not a type of person like, oh, I'm gonna let this out. Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing. Oh, I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let the Lord handle. The Lord, like, no, nigga, you handle it.
You sanctified thug.
Handle that.
Sanctified
You know
thug.
what I mean?
You go
So
ahead.
I'm very confrontational. I don't let nothing dry. I how my grandma said, I don't let my towels dry folded, meaning that I don't let covering up nothing and then just assuming that it's gonna go away, assuming that it's gonna work itself out. I hit straight to the source.
Good.
And I had to step to it, like, do we have a problem? Is there a problem?
And she said,
And she's like, no, it's not.
Got him.
So
I'm going-
we
but
worked
Nita
it
goes
out.
in front of me.
Yeah, we worked it out, and hey. It's
so you
good.
all still together with you and the man still together? Okay.
Right.
She thought she.
So would you suggest that
she
other
said-
people take that tact as well? Like
Yeah,
if they're
of course.
going through it?
If you're in a relationship and there's something that's concerning you with your mate, you have to address it. That's where relationships go bad
Yeah.
because we keep pushing everything under the rug because we love them, we care about them, we want to be with them. We feel we don't want to lose them. The only person I don't want to lose is Jesus.
Right.
Come on
You
now.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if I don't address these things, or if you go to address your issues and if you go to address your issues and that significant other has a problem with what you're concerned about, then that person is not for you, because you should be able to talk to the person you lay with all the time about anything. You understand what
Agreed.
I'm saying?
Our friend Glow Armor, you guys know Glow.
Yes, I love Glow.
Of
Hey,
course.
Glow.
She just chimed in and she
Host of the
said
show.
most people get real quiet when you address them directly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do, because they don't expect, everybody could be a bully on Facebook or social media or anything like that.
Right.
But when you step to them with them ones and twos, they humble themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they think twice, because I don't think people really think about the consequences. And sometimes, let me say this, as a Christian woman, some people think that, oh, that I'm just weak or timid. No, baby, I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah.
I helps God out.
Yeah.
I do. I got a confrontational ministry. Yeah. I'm going to confront it.
Right. Yeah.
Because if not, then that gives the enemy a tool to use against me. So I'm not going to allow the devil to use a tool against me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to
Right.
take his tool and flip it back on him.
But you know, I find that nobody ever has a problem when you actually ask them.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem? Oh, no, I'm good. But you just had a problem 10 minutes ago talking to little mama.
Yeah.
Why did the problem left?
Yeah. Well, the problem left just that fast.
That fast when I asked. But
Yeah.
I just saw you, heard you talking about it with little mama.
You just dogged me and talked about me behind my back.
Yeah.
You didn't think I was
or
going
you
to find
just
out?
posted it on social media. I know
like
that's
you really
what we
go
just...
hard. I realize that a lot of people think they go hard until they approach with somebody who really go hard.
Right.
Because I'm about
Facebook
that life.
thugs.
I need to go. Look, I need
I'm
to go
about that
see-
life in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I need
know?
to go see my mama. I need to go see my mama anyway. So she in cell block 4. I'll be in 5.
Yeah, well,
Look,
see...
what's your problem?
Look, man.
What's your problem is?
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm from Garden Ridge. I don't know nothing about none of that. I don't fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I have a 3rd-degree black belt in karate, so I could just be a lover. not a
Look,
fighter.
let me tell
I'm
you
supposed to be
something.
able to say that to you, and you be like, okay, cool.
Right.
I ain't
But
never
look,
had to
this
fight.
Look, this is the biggest myth, though. This
I
is
might
the
not even
biggest.
be a 3rd-degree black belt.
The best fighters,
your ass
the
there.
best
Right.
fighters
You
you
don't want
don't.
to fight me.
Right, so you know.
You know don't come to me.
But listen, this is the biggest myth about Christianity. People think that God is just going to zap away who you really are. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Word of God transforms us,
Right.
our mindset, to get us to think differently. It fills our heart with a different perspective of living
Absolutely.
and how to operate. But I'm still Benita from East 131st Street.
Right.
If you approach me in that type of way, you understand what I'm saying? I will handle myself,
Right.
you know, accordingly. But, you know, with Christ, it's just about being conformed. The Bible says, you are being conformed to the image of my son. So with that being said, anything that needs to be conformed, if you know it's going to take you got to go through a process.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't judge me in my process.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where a lot of people fall short. You know, and then you got these people who walk around, praise the Lord, hallelujah, blah, 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 and can't rebuke a booger out their mouth. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So just be yourself, man. Be
Yeah.
your God-given, natural-born self. And
Right.
I tell everybody, even if you ever seen any of my headliners, at the end of the show, I say, I always want to leave y'all with a word of affirmation. Be the best you can be. And then I go into a prayer, and I pray for everybody in the room. Then I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my comedy show, though. You know what I mean? I take real-life situations. So if you masturbating, fornicating, you a freak, you like vitamin D, you know.
Man, you got me on 3 out of those 4.
Why don't you talk about somebody else? Talk about somebody else.
But that's what comedy is taking real life situations and making fun of it.
Making fun of it.
Yeah,
That's
and having
exactly
a good
right.
time with it. You know, just
Because all the jokes that I have are literally real life situations
Real life
or real
situations.
life people.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
that do
people
real
you know.
life. I can't believe like who
Right.
does that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Right.
then you just you roll it into a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you might exaggerate here
Yeah,
or there just
yeah.
to add on to the joke.
Yeah,
but
just to add on
for the
to
most
joke.
part they
and
stay.
then comedy can be also totally fiction.
Yes.
You know, just get up there
And lie.
and make fun and have fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun. And I think some comics focus on, you know, let me remember this joke, you know, and to me, I'm not the type of comedian that I can't sit down there and write a whole script and
Well,
try
your
to
crowd-
memorize it
Yeah.
and then try to get up there. No, to me, that's a script. You're acting.
Yeah.
Right.
Comedy is straight from the dome,
Right.
straight from the heart. Freestyle.
And you just have a whole bunch of different stuff.
You
like
can
the
take
practicing is practicing certain like types of jokes or
Yeah.
how you go
Delivery.
into them and the
Yeah.
delivery of it or
Yes.
whatever. But
Yes.
because you're gonna get in front of a crowd and you're gonna roll with that crowd.
Yeah,
and
I
what's
write
going
down,
on.
if let's say I'm doing 45 minutes, I write down 5 topics and I expound on those 5 topics.
5 topics. Yeah, I like
You
it.
know what I mean? And just go with it. Just go from my heart.
So you know, we started talking about because you're in a relationship and all that good stuff. I have a friend who is in ministry as well, and she's single. So you know, the biggest conversation is finding a dude without having to give up any of the cookies.
Right.
Right, because you know there's a balance.
Yeah.
In there, and
Yeah.
you know, you when at least to me, I feel like when you're praying and asking for God for so many things and this and, you know, just work on me, God, and do this and do that, and then you out there acting a fool.
Yeah.
You know, it might not work right.
See, there's some
it might not work right.
Yeah,
I
tell everybody, there's some prerequisites
right.
to God. If you asking God, God, I want to be married, God, I want a husband, then there's some prerequisites
that you need to do.
Just like you got to apply for a job. There's some prerequisites that you have to have in place. Like you got to know how to read if you're going to work at McDonald's, you know.
Wow.
You need to know how to spell Big Mac, and French fries, and milkshake. You can't be giving coffee when they order the milkshake. You got to know how to read, baby.
You haven't seen their registers lately. They're all pictures.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
They're all pictures.
So you know how to play
Big
picture.
Mac?
You need to know how to play the picture pages. Match the Big Mac with the fries.
Ding. How you say?
Ding. Got it. So I got it. I got that.
Yeah. So
But if you say Big Mac, no
there's
sauce,
prerequisites. You know, if a woman, the woman, you know, God said, I looked down and he saw that it was not good for man to be alone. I don't know what Adam was doing down there.
maybe one of those.
But God
One of
was
those
like,
four things that you were talking about.
God was looking down like, oh no, you're
We
not
need
supposed to
some
play
woman.
with that,
Right.
Adam. You're not supposed to play with that, Adam. You know? Okay, we're gonna put you to
Why'd you
sleep.
give it to me?
And let me help you
Let me
out.
help
So
you out
God
a
said
little
it's
bit.
not good for man to be alone. So like he put Adam to sleep and snatched the rib from homeboy. Like, give me that rib. Give me. Now this is the rib right here. Let me
Shape
pull
it.
them
Let me
out
shape
right
it.
there.
Let me
Let me
shape
make
it.
this flat. Put it.
Get a little,
Put
get a little
a
more,
hump.
put a little more booty on that.
Put a little hump in the
Okay.
back.
Make
You
the
know
legs a
what
little
I'm
longer.
saying?
Legs a little
Make
longer,
the legs
please.
a little
All right,
longer,
thank you,
a
thank
little
you.
thicker.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he created all this beautifulness.
Now, how she know what
You
to do with
understand
it,
what
though?
I'm saying?
Where that
Oh,
know
Because
come from?
That's an-
Adam says, what is that right there? Let me poke it. Finger fits, finger fits, feels good. Feel like that, like that, like that, like that. Then she said,
I didn't know Adam was from Nigeria.
So then Adam said, no.
Oh, he's Jamaican now.
Oh, this goes right here. And then he was like, put it in Adam, let's see what happens. And it says,
Man.
oh, I like this.
Oh,
yeah, man. And that's how
Now he's Jamaican.
we are here.
Now he's Jamaican.
Yes, yes.
Is this
you
the-
can't tell me Jesus wasn't black. You can't tell me that.
No, yeah, I didn't
And
know
he had
he
long
was,
hair.
from
Yeah,
Jamaica.
Yeah. They
I didn't
African and
realize.
Jamaican, you know, we speak all kind of dialects, you know.
He switched it up. He
True.
switched it up.
Is that what the pastor was talking about too far, Elder?
that one? You have one that's further than
Oh,
that?
this one is further than that. Okay.
One of them things.
And here we are today. Go
Yes.
ye and take dominion over the
There's
earth
one
and
further
multiply.
than this.
Yeah, Adam's right here.
There's
that
one
was
further than put this in Adam now.
I put this in Adam now.
What?
Adam, put it in, Adam. We shall see what to do.
Yeah,
shall
I
see
see why
what
they
it
pray
do.
for you often.
Oh,
Somebody tell me now.
somebody tell me no.
Pray my strength in the Lord.
Wow.
I don't know if we solved anybody's relationship 911
Not
on
even
that
one.
one.
No, we're having a
The
good time.
911 in
plug?
any
We're having a great Friday
relationship,
morning.
you
Can I give a plug?
You can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, oh,
Listen.
wait.
The Comedy Jam.
Okay, go ahead.
I knew your question right there.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, go.
Comedy Jam. It's Comedy Jam next Friday night, September 28th, starring your girl Benita Ward. You already see she funny as
Miss,
all
I'm
get
real
out.
with it.
The doors open at 7 o'clock. The show starts at 8. It's at 6390 Fairdale Drive. That's right off of Ritterman Road. And I'm talking about on the side of Popeyes. Don't go sliding down by McDonald's. Look, it's on the side of Popeyes. And turn right at the light. You're there. I'm just saying. So we'll be there. The show starts at 8. Doors open at 7. DJ Vino is going to be in the house spinning all the tracks. So he going to keep it live for you for that whole hour while
Wendy
you
gonna
getting
be
drunk and
singing
eating.
la 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 la. Who? Wendy.
Oh, Wendy.
okay, so she's not gonna sound like that, but
Well, we got a
might.
sneak preview for y'all.
And we got.
might.
we-
She got a
we-
rough Friday
let me
night.
mention the other ones real quick because they be like, "Why you didn't talk about me?"
Bobby
We-
Smith.
Bobby Smith, Delisha Ellis, And again, Miss Wendy Ward and Glow on the scene. And I got to talk about me. I'm going to be there 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
8 o'clock to
Make sure y'all on time.
5-ish, man. I'm going to go in.
We don't know what you might talk about.
It might be 8:03, but I'm just saying.
Right. If I'm not feeling good, if nobody laughs, 8:02.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't get no laugh in the first 30 seconds.
Wait, I think I got something. If you don't get any laughs by 8:02, FaceTime Nika. And she'll tell you. FaceTime Nika.
Ain't you going to be there?
Oh, right. I'm going to be there.
But you
Look,
can't
maybe.
just jump on stage with the man.
Of
Like,
course he
FaceTime
can.
her from
I'll
the
be in
crowd
the
and just
back.
be like, say, okay, so I came up with this 12 minutes ago. Say.
No, I'm going to be like, y'all know what? Just before we get this show started, I got a very special guest. Just want to say hello.
Yeah. And then I'm going to
There
come up
you
there.
go.
Okay, yeah, do that.
You got 2
Yeah.
jokes.
You got 2.
Man, we'll see.
She got
Slow with it.
We'll
Slow
see.
with it.
See what
Slow with
happens.
it. Slow with
Well,
it.
you
just do one of these.
right
Do
here.
one of
Yeah,
these for the
big break.
first sentence.
Y'all know, we're also pulling somebody from the crowd. We're also giving someone a 5-minute opportunity. We're going to be pulling from the crowd
Okay.
Yes.
to get your 5-minute shine on. Get to do your thing. And Kingdom Cleaners.
Yes.
Kingdom Cleaners
Woohoo!
is giving away door prizes, cash. And I'm telling you, it's
I was
more than
about
what
to
you
say, what's
spent.
Kingdom Cleaners? What the heck I want? Some shampoo, carpet cleaner? Nah, I don't
go
have
ahead.
that.
Hold on.
I don't have carpets.
Yes,
I just
please
have
come.
wood floors. I got wood floors.
That's
Boo-boo.
Kingdom Cleaners.
Are you Kingdom Cleaners?
That's my company.
Oh, okay. So what you giving away?
We giving away cash door prizes to the 50th person, the 100th person, the 150th person, and the 200th person through the door.
Now, what do you clean normally?
We clean residential, commercial, construction sites cleanup. That's what we
I
clean.
was just making sure she's
Crime
not giving away
scenes?
no soap.
Yeah, we will clean
give away
crime.
soap.
Go
clean
into
a
the
crime
5th
scene?
winter.
Yeah.
That's fully clean.
I got a stack of
We got a
towels.
whole supply of Dollar Tree soap for you
That's
to
right.
wash your funky behind.
Funky ass.
Woo!
That's it. Oh, I also want to
smelt
thank
you at
Chapman's
church
Chicken.
on Sunday.
I want to thank Chapman's Chicken, CCQS, Agape something,
Church or agape?
Agape Home Living, Home Health
living.
Care,
Okay. Home health
Assisted
Because
Living.
agape's love. You can't
Assisted.
just be saying something.
Agape Assisted Living.
Okay.
I want to thank them, and I want to thank Mark Outings Burgers.
Yes.
That's all my sponsors. And
All
Kingdom
right.
Cleaners, I can't thank you enough.
And Kingdom Cleaners, giving now cleaning.
Yeah,
all
I'm
night
Entreprenegro, Kingdom Cleaners,
I love
Kingdom
it.
Teas.
Oh, yeah, you do make T-shirts.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
last time you
I
came
gave
in, you
you
bought
a-
me my
I
shirt.
gave you a
And you
T-shirt.
know how many people compliment me on that shirt.
Really? Yeah.
Girl, I need you to
I'm gonna
to
give you a
start
whole.
line.
I'm gonna do a whole the one radio.
yeah,
hookup
and then
with
that
you.
way we sell them, and then we,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, boo boo. I got you.
forgot you
I
gave
got
me
you.
that
You know, I'm
shirt.
entrepreneur.
Yes.
I'm entreprenegro. I sell everything besides sex and drugs. Everything else I can sell you.
Oh, thank you. And sex and drugs, I mean, I can find a place for that, but it's not
saying.
here. It's not here.
Just saying, some people got a niche.
Some people got a niche, and I'm gonna tell you, I've always, I always wanted to be a madam or something like a pimp. I've always
Pimping
wanted to
ain't
be.
easy, but somebody got to do
So
it.
what happens is, I want to say that I've always wanted to be a pimp.
Oh, you-
right?
oh, okay.
So instead of being a pimp, because I do know the Lord, and I like him, and I like people, and
Yes.
and I feel that everybody, you know what I'm saying? These brothers right here, this soul is
Yeah.
connected. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? We
yes.
brothers and sisters and stuff. And,
Yeah.
And so I can't just pimp out your cookies and
Right.
things like that. But
Right.
so I pimp out hearts.
Okay, I
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
I like
so I
that.
take the people's their skills, those things that God
Yes.
gave them naturally,
Yes. Yes.
and then I share those. Like, oh, I got someone that you can call it trade or
Oh,
services
okay. Yes,
or whatever
okay.
that. But I'm pimping out hard. So
Yeah, all
and
right.
I literally be like, I need you to come because I
Yeah.
need your energy
Yes.
to go on to these kids or to go on to these people
Yes.
or whatever
Well,
the
call
case
on
may
me
be.
anytime.
And people tell me I voluntold them,
Voluntold
right?
them,
Because
yeah.
you don't have a choice.
Right.
That's why it becomes pimping.
Look, you
Right.
have no choice when Miss Nika call you.
That's why it's pimping.
You
know what I'm
better,
saying?
but when Nika say, you need to, I'm here.
need you to
You
be
gotta
here.
go. You gotta
I'm
show
here.
up.
And I'm just saying because we have a cruise coming up, and I
Where
want
y'all
you
going on
to.
the cruise?
We're going. Where are we going?
We are going to
The one with the C
South.
and the P. The Progresso
we're
and
going
the
to Progresso and Cozumel.
Yeah.
Okay, when y'all going?
July 22nd.
I'm going
It
too.
is an entertainment cruise. Now here's the thing, and you know how we get it. Well, are they paying for entertainers? Look, calm down. I didn't say the Tom Joyner. I said
Right.
1Radio.
Right. Right.
First cruise ever.
Right.
I gotta pay for myself, you know.
Right.
So, but for the entertainment, it is an entertainment cruise. So we have two days, maybe 3, and two, 3 shows each day that we're going to be spotlighting talent. So the experience will be playing. I would like a comedian down there, and I would like a singer down there. I would like a poet down there, and so to give the opportunity to open and do these shows.
Yes.
Now I don't know if, like as you said, you went on a cruise, performed, someone showed the video to someone. This was nothing that you planned.
No.
The cruise is open. You know, we're trying to get open shows, so that means anybody on the cruise would be able to go see you guys. And there's a lot of opportunity. Like I just keep telling people that you don't know who's going to be on this cruise. You don't know who's going to send a video or make a phone call and be like, oh my God, I just saw the most amazing poet, comedian, whatever on this cruise. Plus, the cruise line said, hey, anybody that you book, we're looking to see if we can hire them to come back and perform on the cruise, on our cruises as entertainment. So it's an opportunity to do everything. $25 by October 1st is what you have to pay to reserve your spot.
Give me all the 411.
I'll get you all that. And if you can go, then I will definitely guarantee you a spot of performance.
I'm going.
Well, then that's our comedian.
I'm going.
The gentleman would like to go as well.
I've got about 6 shows that I'm planning, so yes, it doesn't have to be one comedian, but all I'm saying is you do have to pay to get on the boat. So don't inbox me talking about, so what you paying the comedians?
Man.
We gonna pay you no attention, baby. That's what we paying. We gonna pay you no attention. That's what we pay.
That was so funny. And I'm gonna, if I say that to somebody, you already know who I got it from. Pay you no attention.
We gonna pay you no attention, the best price ever.
Yeah, so, but I would like, and that goes to any entertainer that's out there listening, if you pay to get on the trip and you have a true passion because some people, that'd be fun, but some people have a true passion. They want to get out there, they want to expand what they're doing, and they want the opportunity, because this can also go on your resume as well. I have performed on a Carnival cruise. You know what I'm saying?
That's on my resume.
That's on the resume. And those things, it's all a building process. And that was one thing that on Bobby's comment that we were talking about. Shout out to Walter Campbell, who had made San Antonio comedian that moved, but his whole thing was the hustle. You know what I'm saying? You always got to be ready. You got to be willing to travel and talk to people and be in the right place at the right time. Somebody always said, I think that's what someone said about you. Well, she was just in the right place at the right time. I don't like to hear that.
Me either.
Because that's not true. We've been in a whole bunch of places that were the wrong one at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that we kept going to places that finally it became the right place, the right time. But don't put that in your head. You have to be everywhere.
Some people try, like for me here in San Antonio, some people try to downplay me, like I just popped up out of nowhere. I've been doing this. I've been doing this low key underground. I always act the food on my job. You know what I mean? So I've been doing comedy. You know what I mean? I just didn't just come out the closet and say, boom, here I am. You know what I mean? So this is just myself. I'm just me. I'm just my natural self.
But at the same time, you've already said you practice. You go at home and do stuff.
Absolutely.
So you're always trying to
working
better
on my craft.
Your
all
craft.
The time.
Absolutely.
All the time.
And going on a cruise and you saying I'm going, I'll be willing. Like to me, you have to be willing to do stuff like that.
You got to invest in yourself.
Yes.
You got it, just like your job. You're trained to do a job. When you go do a job, they train you. When you get hired, they train you how to do a job. You understand what I'm saying? And you do that job because you want the reward called the paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? So your skill and your craft and your gift and your anointing is no different. It's no different. You got to be trained.
That's right.
You got to be trained. Train yourself. You know what I mean?
And the thing about it is, an opportunity too is like, and I guess that's the hustle side of me. Like, it's like you never know where opportunity is going to come. And prime example, when the NAACP was down here, almost every person that stepped on that stage got an opportunity outside of that stage. You know, and it's like it really was about whether or not you had enough hustle in you to get up, drive downtown, do what you had to do. come with something, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, whether it was people there or not, whether it was woo or whatever, because it could be a packed crowd, but nobody of importance is in there.
Let me say this.
It could be 5 people, and the most important person in the world to you is sitting right in the corner.
Right. let me say this. You know, when I had cancer, let me say this testimony real quick. When I had cancer, I was down, my PTO had ran out, so they put me on short-term disability, and that wasn't enough to cover my bills. And I'm like, okay, God, I know I'm sick, but this is the time I'm trusting you. And I'm telling you, show us Jesus is Lord. At early in the morning, middle of the night, I don't remember what time it was, he woke me up and said, start your own business. I'm like, bruh.
That does not sound like money, right?
How am I going to start a business? Bruh, you see, I only got $2,000 in my bank account left. That's all I had. That's all I had. But that little piece of money left, Jesus. Now, I don't see a business right here.
Right.
And he told me to do it. So I started doing my research, and I went downtown, I got my DBA, and I got my tax ID number, $38 total. So then God said, name it this. And I said, okay, Kingdom Cleaners. All right, praise Jesus. So this is your company, Lord.
Right.
So here I'm like, okay, I got to go out and get contracts now. Mind you, I still get chemotherapy. I'm taking about 150 pills a day, but I got to go out and get
these contracts.
Right. So I made a post on Facebook, and somehow somebody saw that one post and got me a contract to my first bank.
Nice.
You understand what I'm saying? So I started cleaning that bank, me and my kids and stuff, and then the Lord said, I said, okay, and then all of a sudden all these contracts start coming from out of everywhere. And I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna need to hire this person. And the Lord woke me up at 3:49 in the morning and said, don't you hire nobody you know. And I'm like, well, now you see this on the table, Jesus. Did you see all them papers down there?
Yeah.
And he said, hire the homeless. So I'm like, whoa. So I went out there and I started passing out my cards to the homeless people, and they started calling. So I'm like, what? They homeless? How they gonna get to work? How they gonna bathe? You know, like we can't send them there. And the Lord said, bring them in your house. I had 12 homeless people in my own home, in my own little apartment.
Wow.
Shut up.
Yeah, and I preached to them. I prayed with them. I trained them. And now we are about to be in 2 cities, 1 company, 2 cities.
And are they still homeless?
No.
Look at that.
I mean, of course not.
No.
Ain't that something?
No. And from that somebody else saw my work. One of their parents who works for me, their son works for me, and she said, what did you do? We got our son back. You know what I mean? So we got our son. She was crying.
Yeah.
She's over some organization, and so November the 17th, this organization called Bexar County Top Women of Distinction is honoring me for the work that I've done.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
right.
I said, all that glory goes to God.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't, you know, can't nobody tell me nothing about my relationship with the Lord.
Right.
Because I didn't get this from, I got this from being on my knees.
Right.
Come on, being
at
in prayer,
home, praying,
and calling
talking.
and calling on His name and asking God. I ask God crazy questions like, why am I here? Why? What is my purpose for living life?
It's not a crazy That's not a crazy question.
Yeah.
They said there's only 2 days. The 2 most important days is the day that, not the day you were born, but the day that you figure out why you're on this earth, like what your purpose is. Plus the day that you go back to the heavens. Yeah. Those are the 2 most important days.
So I am so free, baby. Jenny Craig ain't got nothing on this. I swear for you, Jenny Craig ain't got nothing on this. The weights is off. Yeah. You know what I mean? I am free to flow and be my natural born self. And I'm okay with me. Yeah. So if I'm okay with me and I'm okay in my relationship with Him, what's their problem?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to be
all
right.
So if anybody who, I've learned this, anybody who has a problem with you, it's not your problem.
Right.
It's theirs.
It is.
Right.
It's theirs. They have to figure out what's going on in them that they don't like somebody, or you know what I mean? Did you play?
That was not me. That is okay.
Look, I'm trying to put my head down. Don't nobody look at me.
Okay.
There's not a camera on right now that cannot see you.
Dre went
Unfortunately,
straight twerk mode. I was about to start.
Yeah. In the band with my homies.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. I don't know the words.
Somebody send me another.
That's what it sound like.
Mo said,
gosh.
what's the dates of the cruise, Nika?
The dates of the cruise, July 22nd to the 27th. You must have your $25. Yes, 5 days, and we are going out of Galveston. We will have, we do have like a party bus scenario for getting to Galveston if people want to go together, or if they just want to fly and do what you want to do and meet there. But
where is Galveston?
It's
4 hours away.
4 hours, and
Dallas.
then down towards the
Dallas.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
not
not
Galveston.
Port
Sorry.
Arthur,
Is there
Beaumont.
water?
Yeah.
Beaumont.
Okay.
Yeah,
South-
that's
yeah.
what she meant. That's what I meant.
I was wondering if there was water by Dallas.
No.
I don't remember
No.
ocean up there.
Beaumont,
Beaumont.
and
Which
Port
is
Arthur.
where
Okay,
my
so
family's
it's like
from, too.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you go 10
South.
10 east
South
to
Texas.
Houston and
To
take
Houston
45
and then go
south.
up. In
Got it.
Galveston, when we used to have the
45
Kappa Beach parties back in the day,
Yeah, they don't have them anymore?
I don't think so. I think
Dang,
they
I was
stopped
going to
to-
try to attend one.
Child, somebody told me something about the Bayou Classic yesterday. I said, they still make them?
Right.
The Bayou
Ooh,
Classic.
I'm old. They still
Man,
had the Bayou
That's what
Classic?
he
Yes, they
said.
do.
They still have the Bayou Classic.
Where?
What's the Bayou Classic?
New Orleans is what it
Oh,
was.
wow.
Excuse my ignorance, but what is
It's a
that?
huge
It's a football
party that all the
game where
black
the
people
bands
go
are
to.
actually-
That's a football game?
Yeah. We missed the football. Hike!
That's like saying the Texas Relays, it's a track race? Right.
Yeah.
So what happens is there's a few of these events here in Texas that black folk be attending. Now the actual event are sports, but if you like me and most of the other people, we don't go for the actual event. We go for the many people who are at the event.
Right,
So
the
you be
sport
like,
is the excuse to go.
right.
Sport
So
is
Right.
that's not even our excuse. I didn't even know
Sport
there was
adjacent.
a sport at the. I didn't even know there was a game.
Wow.
At the Bayou Classic, I really didn't. I didn't know the Bayou Classic was a game.
Wow.
I did know Texas Relays was a race, but I did not know. I just thought it was the Bayou Classic.
You
Look
thought
at
it was
me.
just a party?
Just a party, boo.
Yeah, right. There's a turn up.
That's how we go, because
Yeah,
it
I
was
go
at
for
our
the
college,
turn-up.
right? So in college, it was like, where we going? So I mean, the Bayou Classic this weekend. Who we going with? I don't know. Who
Yeah.
going? I don't know.
Never saw
We
the
get there,
stadium.
but we ain't never seen nothing but the people outside
Turned
Wow.
up.
and in the hotel.
Right.
Turned up.
Turned all the way up.
We done went to 8 clubs, 2 parties, 4 strips, and I didn't even know there was a game.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Look, how did I miss you?
And I missed that.
I miss you.
Is there a game at the Essence Fest?
Look, wait a minute.
Now I gotta start asking questions.
Hold up. Wait a minute. This is a true story because I'm with you.
Right.
I went to the Essence Fest and missed all the Essence.
You didn't go?
I didn't see. I was like, Tony Braxton was
here.
I missed that. Shut your mouth. Cindy Trim.
There's a whole concert.
Nobody text me anything. Like, I be turned up. You
yes,
hear me?
all
I
excited.
be turned up.
So yeah. So apparently it's a football game. We all
Yeah.
learn something new every day, but they still
Okay.
have it.
Yeah, you know,
Which makes sense
You
if
probably
it's-
get about 150 people go to the game.
Wow.
And 100 and a million people that are around it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
sea of black folks. She'd be like, look how beautiful.
Oh, this is Wakanda. I found Wakanda.
You just want to jump in it like, oh,
Yeah,
hope I land on somebody cute.
that's not everybody thought. Some of them be like, ooh.
I was at the Essence Fest like, sweet
Say,
baby
mama.
Jesus.
Yes.
Look out, little mama.
Where
Look
they
out, little
come
mama.
from, Lord? Where they
Just
come
because
from?
being in San Antonio and
Yeah.
being 6% black,
Yeah.
anytime we go anywhere where there's like more than 100 black people
Yes.
in one spot,
Boy,
Yeah.
it's a party.
it's a party.
It's
You
a
could be at
party.
the gas
It's a
station,
party.
you'd be like,
It's a party.
hey,
Yeah.
what you want to drink?
Look out.
I'm going to
Hey, the 7-Eleven. Hey,
I'm gonna run in here. You want something?
Right. I got you.
look.
And there'll be a whole other car talking about, give me some cigars.
Hey, give me them now later. There's some M&Ms.
Yeah. Look, can I get 2 packets of them
Look.
Swisher Sweets? Swisher
Yeah,
Sweets.
yeah.
Nigga,
No,
I
I'm
turned
picking
up
up.
so much at the Essence Fest, I had to go back to my hotel room like, ooh, Lord, forgive
Forgive
this
me. You,
nigga here, Lord
you just
Jesus.
start off with
Forgive
the
me,
forgiveness.
Lord.
Yes.
Forgive me,
This is when you
Jesus.
start off.
That's
You just-
true. You got when you
I
head
party
up
like
there,
a rock star,
pray
boy.
all the
All
way
the way
there
to
because
the
you know
place.
you finna
Yeah.
sin.
And see, look, what's so bad is I don't even drink. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. I am naturally turned up on 1,000 all the time.
All
Right,
the
right.
So
time.
imagine somebody who hyper like me with some drink. I'm like,
Turbocharged.
that's why I drink, because I be like this, what's your name? Yo, ain't you Belle's son? Ain't you Belle, little boy? Come Come here, little boy. Little boy.
Say, that's funny because they be hit. That's how them older women be hitting on the little guy.
They do. Honey, I done watched you grow up, and grow up you have.
Well, this what my greens and cornbread and produce here.
Hey, look.
Let me feel the greens and the cornbread. Bless the Lord.
And the sad thing is,
bless the Lord.
sad thing is that little boy ain't had no luck all night. So.
And then what happens?
He did then.
Then you up in there talking about sorry, Jesus. Lord.
He done threw my hip out. Call 911. Go tell your mama I said come pop my hippie. And she know how to do it.
Every time I hear comedy jokes about sex between old women and young women, that craps me up. Because I'll be like, I don't want to say it's true, but I'll be like, yeah, that's true. Be like, nah, man, that hip, that leg can't go that. That leg can't go that way. We got to turn this way.
Don't pull me like that now.
No, right.
Don't pull me like that, baby.
You put my leg down.
Hold on, sugar. I'm a fart. If you pick my leg up, I'm about to fart. You pick my leg up.
I'm like, all right, one more time.
Don't be picking me up like that. Now you're going to make me fart. You're going to make me fart. You're going to make me fart. I swear for God, you're going to make me fart.
That's what he said. Now, I'm going to tell you, one of the comedians at the last comedy show, he was talking about that. He said, old women, they don't mind the fart. The young women be like, oh no, old women be like, it's talking to you, baby. Come on and talk back.
Yeah, make it put
I got a question, and this really sounds ignorant, but what does the term stand up in it mean?
Stand up in it mean? I don't want you to stand up in nothing.
I can imagine.
I'm going to tell you that I would not. So here's me and the terms, especially when it comes to sex. I don't like any of the terms. Because honestly, you don't want to do any. Right. You don't want him to stand up in it. You don't want him to blow your back out. You want your back blown out? No, you don't. You like it.
No, I like my back.
It works for you.
I like my back.
All of those
because there was a song. There was a song called "Stand Up in It," and I'm like, I act, because we're gonna act like we know. Yeah, I stand up in it. Be at home talking
what is standing up in something?
I had a 13-pound
Urban
baby.
Dictionary.
Look, I had a 13-pound baby. He can't stand up. He can sit down.
Right. I'm just like, I don't like any of those terms.
Okay, Google.
He can sit down. Look, there's all these terms for sex. You know what I mean? There's all these terms. Listen, it's just sex. That's all it is. It's love making.
Some do it a little bit more wilder than others.
Yeah, some of them do a little bit more wilder than others. Yeah.
I'm just facts. Hashtag facts.
Hashtag facts.
That's it.
Sanctified free.
I mean, you done ever had it to where you be like, could you stop knocking my head up on the board?
Yeah, that's how I got.
You don't hear that?
That's how my head got busted.
Pull me back. Pull me back.
Pull me back.
We got to knock the head up against the board sometimes.
That's what you like. You like all that.
I don't want to tell you why, because I don't want nobody thinking less of me. But sometimes.
Okay. Do you know the reason why men like to knock our heads up against the board?
Because the broad already ain't got no sense.
You just don't knock any sense into us. Don't stop.
Yeah. So that
you know what doing here?
They used to tell me.
Who are you?
They used to tell me, boy, you can't do nothing. You ain't gonna make nobody scream. I said, put your head up against the board.
I'll make you scream for help.
Exactly. I actually messed up. I was 17 or 18 years old. And I was 18. And I don't know what I was thinking, because I obviously wasn't. But this woman, like 52, had hit on me. And I went in.
You went in. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I went in.
Yeah, he took a diaper off and everything.
Wow. That was
she didn't have a diaper.
Right. She wasn't that old.
She didn't. I don't think she had nothing on.
Were you in the house? Are you
when I went in the house.
At first you went in the house and then you went in.
Yeah, I was in the house and my uncle was in the bedroom, so I was on the couch. And I promise you, I can say this on your show?
I don't know. I don't know what you're about to say.
Try to keep it clean.
As clean.
Make the thoughts dirty, but keep the language clean.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. You can make the thoughts as dirty as you want, though.
Okay, I can make the thoughts. I can admit, I got in and I ain't feel nothing. I'm like, what is wrong with this woman?
You had to stand up.
Stand up and dive. Bruh. I learned my lesson at that time. I had to stand up and dive, literally.
Lord have mercy.
I gotta go watch some of this Jacques Cousteau. Hold on a second.
That's my Trey song.
Okay, I got it now. Wow.
That was one of my worst experiences.
It was a bad experience for you.
It was a bad experience.
At 17.
18. I think I
At
made
18 years
18 because
old.
I was in the country. My uncle was like, come on, man, drive us to the country, blah, 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 blah.
Woo, for her. Woo, 18. Good.
She was like 52.
Yeah, but
53,
if you was not, then...
Yeah.
Look, I got 5 sons. Let me bring somebody home their age. It's gonna go down.
Yeah, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I need a grown man, because my sons be like, who is this nigga in his playing PlayStation? I saw this dude at the club last week. Mama, what you doing?
Right.
My
Hey,
son,
come in.
one
Come
of
in,
my
look at your
sons,
son. I got next.
yeah, one of my sons, the popo, he been handcuffed him and tossed him out. Boy, listen, yeah, baby, I can't date nobody cheering.
Yeah.
I can't date no cheering.
Not cheering.
I can't date nobody cheering. I need a grown man.
I don't know her name.
Grown,
did
grown.
not know
He gotta
her
be
name.
grown.
I just
Didn't know her name, huh?
didn't know her name. And the only reason I knew where she lived is because
Country
my
girl.
uncle had me to drop them off. That
You
was-
know, I was just laughing at my friend the other day because she was telling me how she was trying. She was really putting her best foot forward to put some hoism out there. You know what I'm saying? She was like, today, I'm going to be a hoe. You know, sometimes we got to talk ourselves into the hoism. You be like, man, I ain't had nothing in a long time. What am I waiting on? Who am I? I'm grown. Like, I pay my own bills. What am I doing?
Start
justifying why you need some ass.
hoism.
Your hoism.
The whoredom ministry.
The whoredom. Yeah. She'll be like,
wow.
Lord, don't I deserve just one? You know, whatever.
I'm gonna do it this one time.
And then you try to talk yourself into it. Like, tonight, I'm gonna put the dress on.
Yeah.
I'm finna go get me one tonight, right? So she was telling me how she really had that in her mind. She saw her one. She, you know, as soon as we see,
we know, right?
you the one.
Right.
You don't even
Come
know
here.
yet. Come
Look,
on over. So
what
she
your
saw
name
him.
is.
She knew who it was gonna be. She went in. She caught him. Then he had the nerve to be like, no, baby, not tonight. I want to get to know you.
Whoa!
I'm throwing you the stuff right now. Boom. Right. How does that?
See, but that's alien to men,
work?
right? That concept of I'm gonna be a hoe today is alien to men.
Right. Oh yeah, because y'all are a hoe
all the time, and it doesn't always work. But
Yeah.
you guys decide to be a hoe one day.
One day for
and
1 hour,
Can't get it.
mind you, right? Because at 9 we good.
She should have asked her.
The boat is
day,
full.
yeah,
The boat is
yeah,
full.
yeah.
Meanwhile, we out there.
Just yeah.
Right. She should have asked him
Try
about
that
his
side,
friend,
okay.
his brother.
Well, it was so funny because, you know, at the end of the day, as a woman, and if you do have any respect for yourself, you're good with that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like, oh, great. I
Yeah.
can put my little hoe and use it for later.
Put my little card. Look, put my little card up.
And we can
my
actually
little
get to know
card up.
each other
Yeah.
tonight, you know. So a woman
Yeah.
isn't gonna be too, I don't think, be too offended with it
Yeah.
if she has. But can you imagine you done had the whole attitude all night? Get the dude at the house and he like, no, I want to get to know
There
you.
was some throbbing somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nowadays, you gotta. That's why I say you gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
you gotta ask questions because you don't know if dude's bisexual, straight,
Right.
gay, down
true.
low, all
Man,
that.
them-
I asked him, do you like coochie or do you like boy coochie? It's a difference.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
because everything's coochie
'Cause I get-
sometimes. Right,
I
right,
get
right,
home
right.
and you got my drawers on. We fighting.
Not gonna be good.
You should have told me you like red lace drawers. Get my drawers. You know them was only 3 for $22 at Victoria's Secret. And you gonna wear them before I do? Oh, I got to jump
I
on
was
you.
just role playing.
I got to jump on you. I got to jump on you.
Man. That's,
So you grown? You like grown men. How long before you like? What's your? I mean, I don't want to just sit up here and say you just giving up things and whatever. But how long before you get a little bit more?
Yeah, you gotta know,
You know,
me. Know me. Get to know me.
It ain't no one night stands, no week stands going on
No,
after.
not unless he paid the mortgage. You know, no, just kidding.
No, you not.
Oh,
Look, no, she
hold
not. No, she not kidding.
dang.
I think about that all the
My
time.
rent
Let me
due
tell you
tomorrow.
something. Let me tell you something, honey. When internet came out and I was about to say PayPal. But them things that website where people be putting stuff up and then you purchase things and stuff like that.
eBay?
And virgins were putting up their virginity.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
I was so angry.
I was so mad.
I was like,
how much I could have got all this.
I'm mad now. Who that at? I never saw it.
Man, let me tell you something. If I could have went back and fake being a virgin just to get that
But now they got
$100,000,
rejuvenation.
they do.
They got what?
Rejuvenation.
Maybe there's a site for that. Rejuvenated for JJ.
Is it really? Is it really?
Now they have.
Yeah.
What's that? Steam.
They have the
for
steam,
JJ.
but it's nothing like that. So that little women were getting paid to give
Maybe we
away
need
that.
to
One had
take
$1 million,
hot showers.
One of them had $1 million up there.
We could take hot showers and bypass that whole procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steam?
we
Zay,
really
I don't
do
know,
have it
and they
good.
literally put the towel over
Just
you,
be
and
on
then they put the
support.
thing there. Yes, and they do it with groups. You go with a group of friends.
Yeah.
No.
Then everybody gets their.
That sounds like something you should keep to
thing.
yourself, right? That sounds like something you should keep to yourself.
Actually,
Don't go
nowadays
in a
you
group.
really should
No, we go as
because
a group. We have girls.
y'all give it away as a
It's
group.
girls. It's all girls. No,
Yeah.
no.
I missed something.
We
I
go
missed
to the
something.
spa to have
Oh.
it done together as a group. Your homegirls,
Yeah.
it's your besties. It's a girl. It's a
And
women's
everybody's
thing.
sitting in the room with their
They
towels
take them
over
on.
them, and
Yeah.
they steamer underneath them.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you imagine? Hey, Jonathan, what you getting today? Oh, I'm getting the eucalyptus steam, homie. All right.
I like lavender. I prefer vanilla
Yeah.
and lavender.
I'm getting the
What do y'all get y'all?
I'm getting the cocoa butter and aloe.
You getting the cocoa butter and aloe. All right, get up in there. Come on, Gus, make it work.
Have you ever had a colonic?
I got a date tonight.
Have you ever had a colonic?
No.
Ooh.
Oh, you gotta try it. It's amazing.
Oh well,
Somebody told me that you do that in like a candy bar from when you were 7 come out. Like it's you just clean you out.
not a K bar from when you were
Not a
7.
candy bar when you were 7, right?
You're
Where
what
you
the-
been
yeah.
I hate you in the 4th grade.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
know, so you
I
just gonna
ain't-
come out when you want to come out.
I ain't had a Twizzler in oh my
Colonic.
goodness.
Yeah,
and you
colonic.
said work with that like as a group.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you can go as a group
No,
with your
no.
friends.
Oh my
No, you
God.
can't.
Yeah, you can.
Don't be cleaning your booty with your friends.
It's beautiful.
Nah, you don't
It's
do
a beautiful
that.
thing.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm just saying.
I will not allow
I'm
it.
just saying.
No.
I'm gonna tell you that
I
cannot be
don't
a
see
a
that.
guy's
It's
trip. I know that
healthy.
much.
It's-
You would
it's-
not have a guy.
It's
Meanwhile,
a healthy thing.
My man, is there a vibrate setting or a silent setting?
I
This
do
guy,
have one, man.
he's
Let me
cutting
go
us to
on.
commercial
Man,
break
listen,
every 2 minutes.
Drake more popular than Trump.
Everybody more
Oh,
popular than
man.
Trump.
Right.
Just saying.
Look, he orange like Trump, though.
You got it now?
Now we're going back.
All right.
Oh man.
Lost.
You know, we lasted about an hour and a half, and you hadn't gotten in on me.
I gotta get you one time, bro. I gotta get you one time.
I am. No, look, we even today. We got 2 bright men and
2 dogs.
Two
no,
bright
she's not
men
really dark.
and
Nika not really dark.
Just we're very bright.
Light
Really
skin. They're trying to bring
light
light skin back like that Albie Sure light skin.
We don't need to make it more.
racist. And you already doing.
Look, black against black crime. Black on black crime.
Black on
Black on high yellow
Oh,
crime.
speaking of the people and crime and all that stuff, did y'all see us on the news?
us.
I did.
No, I didn't.
I saw it
Show
this
'em.
morning. All right. You want to talk about it while I pull it up?
Sure.
Yeah.
So there is, and I won't be all like sure about it too, because people are dying and things. So let me not do that. But there was so there was a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I miss why the meeting was canceled yesterday. But there was a captain's meeting at 6 that they wanted people to come and talk to about just. Basically, the dude was like, some of the people that have died lately, he basically made a statement saying, well, look, they're gang members, so it's okay. You know what I'm saying? To where it's not, it's not traumatic for the people who are not in this thing, but we all know that it is.
Yeah.
Death around you is traumatic. I don't care if
Yeah,
you know them, if you
that's
don't
right.
know them, if they're
That's
a
true.
gang, if they're not.
That's true.
And it's just, and then on top of that, you have people who are in drive-bys, like the 2-year-old and the 12-year-old who got shot, who got killed
Wow.
because they were in the midst of a drive-by.
Yeah.
So you can't say that the trauma is only, it's not, it's okay. Plus the fact that we should ask the questions, and I'm going to kind of put this out there, ask the questions why, it wouldn't be okay if it was in Stone Oak.
Right.
It wouldn't be okay if it was in Alamo Heights
Right.
or in the Dominion. You
Right.
would be doing things to literally get it
Right.
gone. Now, we've been talking about gentrification a lot, And for those of you who live on the east side, you might have seen the gentrification running their dog around the street. But you also see them. I was waiting for it. You're gonna get that when you get home. But there you also see it because they're coming to buy drugs in the east side.
Yeah.
So now you have all these deals coming from people outside the community coming into the community to do it. So it's like you trying to keep this crime right here.
Right.
You know, as long as they coming in here to do it and you not going to Alamo Heights.
Right.
We
Man,
good.
Right.
You
look,
know?
East Side has such a bad name that any time a violent crime happens, it becomes the East Side. I mean, they were all the way in Converse.
Yes.
And then I can't remember if it was a shooting or something.
And they said east side.
It's the East Side.
Now you have to know that there has been a ton of rezoning in San Antonio. So the 78 area is actually the new east side, and it is zoned as the east side. Downtown actually starts or ends, shall I say, after New Braunfels Street.
Right.
Here on the east side. Downtown is all the way to New Braunfels Street.
Yeah.
And then the east side starts.
And now they pushing us out from down
out
that
further,
way.
right? So to
they
me,
can take
all
over
went to W.W. White.
Right.
There you
and
go.
then they're restoring the downtown areas for the higher echelon of people.
And that's where the gentrification thing is coming in. But they've already rezoned that. So a lot of times when we were talking about the MLK March and, they wanted to move it, they're like, oh, it got to stay on the east side. I'm like, the march is not even officially the east side anymore. It's downtown.
That's right.
It's officially downtown. So the rezoning and everything has been going on. So a lot of times you got to look.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, even in our African American communities, what, that's always been my prayer, Lord, what can, the Bible says that if in Romans 5:19, if there be, for as one man's obedience, many became righteous, but for as by one man's disobedience, many became unrighteous. Right. So if it could take one person to make many righteous, what if I was the one, and you were one, and you were one, and he was one? We can make many righteous. It can make, right. So those of us that have that influence, that have that platform, that have that stage, to have that influence, let's take that one, that one, and spread it. He's one, and spread it, because we have to restore our people back to a place of integrity, a place of education, a place of all of that. Of all of that.
And I'm gonna tell you,
where we stop fighting each other.
And the meetings and stuff for folks that people are not going to, right? Because my friend Sue said that the debate about the 3 firefighters was canceled. There was a debate with the firefighters and some other folks and there's a lot of stuff going on with that, and that's on the voting ballot.
Yeah.
Right. So like the stuff that I've even heard, I mean, we got folks having babies out of wedlock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of stuff, and they trying to get raise our tax monies to take care of your out of wedlock asses. Nah, that's not what. But they don't. But unless you go underneath and really look and see what's going on, you would never know that.
You would never know.
But that's one of the issues that the firefighters have. There's several that have had babies out of wedlock, and now they want better insurance to cover these out of wedlock
and my
kids.
Tax dollars got to be raised.
And my tax dollars are going to be raised, so because you out there being willy-nilly.
Property tax, because you out there want to be willy bobo.
That's not cool. The captain meeting, the captain meeting had about 50 people out there, but they wouldn't allow any coverage. So this is something that we should also be in uproar about. Now, what they say, they'll say that they don't coverage because obviously people can't speak as freely, and then it might look like, oh, they in there narking, or they in there saying something, we go. So then they feel like their safety is done. But what are the people saying though too? You know what I'm saying? So if you're in there saying, oh, don't worry about it, this area is expendable, or let's just keep it right here so it won't be on the rest of don't y'all think y'all need to know that they saying that?
Baby, twerking wasn't a problem until white children started doing it. Drugs wasn't a problem until white children started doing it. As long as they kept it in the lower class African American communities, it's an epidemic. Now it's an epidemic when Richard and Marvin and Teresa are now on these drugs. Now it's an epidemic because now your kids is high.
And the thing about it is that's even more interesting is when we think about the east side and this, and we all we automatically go to weed
Yeah.
and marijuana.
Yeah.
Where that is not the issue. The issue is not with those. It's opioids and things like that the white kids are doing.
Yeah.
And let's be completely honest, the stuff that are, if we're going to say the east side, if we're going to talk about anything marijuana or weed based, this is the same drug that white people are making millions off of in just two states down. You know what I'm saying? In all these states, they're making millions of dollars selling weed to people. So let's not make it criminal because the black people are doing it, but brilliant when the white people do it. It's the same thing. Boo, you just got a brick and mortar. So
but that's how it is in America. That's how it is. But if we don't voice,
but that's why we have to vote. That's why we have to go to the
vote,
meetings,
and we have to use our voices. And we have to use our platforms to make a change for us in our communities.
And
for our children.
And that's the biggest thing. But check this out. This was on the news last night about the violence here in San Antonio.
The last 3 weeks, East Side gunfire left 4 people shot, including a 2-year-old, and police arrested 14 people in a sweeping drug raid. And now East Side residents say they want police to do more to tame the violence.
They have a community meeting scheduled tonight at the SAPD substation. Sue Kalberg has more on the community's concerns.
This is Adrian with EPPC, Drug Free Communities.
Adrian House is an East Side activist fighting back against crime with her voice and the power of information.
Because they're not getting the people that's doing the shooting.
She hosts a program called Community 411 on the internet radio station The One.
I think within the last 2 weeks, there's been like 7 funerals.
House wants her neighbors to help build a better community after 2 kids and 2 adults were shot in a gang-related drug attack on Morning View Drive just 18 days ago. House believes more must be done about statistics written in the blood of innocent people.
I know we can't tackle everything, but we can start somewhere.
Her latest outreach effort is called Crime Survivors for Safety and Justice. It's a support group for anyone impacted by trauma, a pain she knows well as her son was shot and paralyzed a year ago.
Trauma has greatly affected our community. We have got to take a stand on this.
The Eastside Captains meeting is open to the public and it starts at 6, so you still have time to get to the substation at 3635 East Houston. Sue Kalberg, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Wow.
So it's a big thing right now. There's a lot of folks that are talking about it, you know, and they're trying to have the conversation. They have the captain's meeting pretty often, and this is what I'm going to say. It's going to sound crazy, but I'm going to say it. The captain's meetings, the neighborhood association meetings, things that would create change. There are more white folks there than people that are moving into the community. Then there are people who have been in the community for 30, 50, whatever, so on years. People that were affected, unfortunately, there was nobody at that meeting to speak up for the kids that got shot or that got hurt. So there was no one there to even talk about it.
Wow.
So, eek, you know, at what point do we take the responsibility and say we have to do more? We have to show up. We have to do something because the other side is showing up and they are saying, all right, well, they don't care because our absence means we don't care. And then we sit in the house and we sit around and we talk and we go on and on about, you know, what we need to do and why we're so angry, but not one person showed up. Now, we had an event. I felt bad. I thought Adrian was going to go because they came to talk to her. She has 2 jobs that she has to go to. And they always say, like, grab a representative. You know, if we live on this street, let's get one person to go for the street. You know, and then we tell that person whatever and they come back and bring us information. We've got to figure out how to start doing this more. Because I guarantee you, there are people in the room, they're not us, and they are there to see how they can, I don't want to say take over,
or
but
manipulate the system.
not just even, but basically
benefit
make
from
it
the situation.
Absolutely, because now they live here too. And it's their community too, right? So now they're saying, oh, I'm going to stop this next to my house. So I'm showing up to the meetings. I'm at the places. I'm doing this. And the next thing that happens, they become the president of the neighborhood association. They become the person of that. And now their like-minded people and friends are now running what's going on. I can't say it any other way than that. And then in 2 years from now, someone's going to call complaining about how they no longer have these opportunities or whatever. And all I'm going to be is like, you never freaking showed up. You never got on the board. You never
you know how they say,
anything.
if you don't vote, don't complain.
It's the same thing.
You can't say nothing if you don't get out there and vote. If you don't rock your vote and And that's another thing.
And
you know,
rock
like
your
why
presence.
Yeah, and rock your presence. Why can't you get out here and advocate and be an advocate for your community, for your people? You know what I mean? I'm a big advocate. I speak up.
You
I
get
will
so
speak
angry
up.
when stuff goes wrong.
Yeah.
Why can't we be proactive instead of reactive?
Right. I was talking to somebody, an attorney friend of mine actually, and I told him, I said, you know, it's amazing to me how people sat around and back in those 60s and let prayer get taken out of school. And when all one woman did was go around and have some people sign a petition to take it out. Why ain't nobody ever got a petition
to put it back in?
So
because that means work. That means yeah. And at the end of the day, petitions mean that people support. I've got this many signatures that said, if I was to have a rally today, or if I was to do this today, all these people would put 5 on it, or they would show up, or they would vote yes. That's what a petition does.
So we need to get a petition to put prayer back in schools. You know what I mean? You need to get a petition to. We need to get a petition to do that. So that's one of my goals for 2019 is to bring prayer back into the school system and say the Pledge of Allegiance. You know what I mean? Appreciate the country that you live in. Appreciate it, because as a veteran, you know, to come back home and see basketball players and football players get more than vets.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a problem to me. They ain't never risked their life on the front line. You don't know what it's like to be in the trenches in Afghanistan or overseas or in the middle of an ocean, and you know what I mean? So and then they come back and you wondering like, well, what's wrong with Pookie? He wasn't like that when he left. You have no idea what Pookie's seen and what Pookie experienced. You know, so I'm a big advocate for our veterans. You know, we have to take care of those who protected us.
Yeah, and then do the stuff that we ain't gonna do. Because I know my dad was like, join the military. Not doing it. I ain't getting up running. I ain't doing that. And I'm sure as heck ain't taking a bullet for y'all.
Well,
but that was my, you know, so when, and so literally if you were one who did, man, high five, girl, because you doing what I want with you, right? So I appreciate you, because I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all of you, man. Y'all are my peoples, but my break time is over.
Peace out, Dre. Love you, Dre.
Yeah.
Dre Coop.
They always, they gonna get live when I leave.
No, actually, for the last 18 minutes here, we are going to see what's going on in the world. And me and Bernita are going to comment on all the fabulous things that are going on in the world.
Yes, we are.
Bernita, don't forget to mention the show.
Okay. Leave them laughing.
Leave them laughing comedy show. Comedy Jam. Leave them laughing comedy jam.
Comedy jam.
Jam.
Oh, jam. Thank you, Teddy Riley.
Teddy, jam with me, baby.
Teddy, jam for me. You okay?
I think he did. He said that real.
That's all right.
Leave
That's
him.
okay.
Do him. Leave him laughing real quick.
Do it. Leave him laughing.
Dum dum diddy.
Dum dum diddy. Ooh.
What are you working on?
Boom, 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 boom.
I don't know. She doing something. Okay.
Boom.
Well, if you wanna.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right, guys. So make sure you guys patronize the Leave 'em Laughing Comedy Jam September 28th. At 8 p.m., doors open at 7. Make sure to get your tickets. General admission starts at $15 if you pre-sale, but if you wait for the door, it's $20.
Yes.
Preferred seating is also on sale for $30 or $40 at the door. There's a cash bar, there's food, there's drinks. Of course, Miss Bernita's going to be there, Delicia Ellis, Bobby Smith the Fourth, Wendy Gooley, and of course, our one and only Miss Glow Armor is also going to be in the building. Make sure to catch it.
All right, so what's going on in the world, man? I know there's all kinds of stuff happening. Like people are having babies and getting divorces and getting awards.
I'd be excited if one of these things work when I click it.
The Cleveland Browns won their first game.
Cleveland Browns, and we have a daughter of Cleveland here in the building to celebrate.
Yes.
We keeping hope alive, y'all. We keeping hope alive.
And let me tell you, we had our Thursday night football for the first one at Tanks. It was good fun. We had about 30 or so folks out there, and dominoes was being played, spades was being played, arguments were being had. We got set now. You know all that mess. I said, ain't nobody arguing over the game. Football game. They are arguing over these spades
Like,
games.
don't play with them bones. I need to have my bones.
And then the dominoes people,
bones like
my
this.
bones people, right?
Yeah.
They was all quiet and stuff. They was not 15,
yeah.
5. You know, spades people was like, ah! I was like, what is going on?
Look, the biggest fight in the spades game is, I thought you said you had 5 books.
Pretty much. That was it. That was the fight.
How you counting? You
How
didn't
we
pass
get
math
set?
class?
You did that. He was like, because you ain't had no more spades. I was laughing. That was the argument. They was set and they thought they
Baby,
had
you
the
better
book.
know how many books you got.
I said,
baby.
this is too funny. We
I don't
ate
really
our-
know how to play spades.
Oh, really?
I need to. My wife has tried to teach me on a couple of occasions, and I've been able to muddle through a party or two.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Oh,
you say spades, and right away my first thought is, how you play spades again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't play with black people.
Why not?
Because, man, they don't know
They
how to
go
act,
hard with
man.
spades. They
And
go
if
hard
you,
with spades.
like, if you,
I've seen the whole fight break
a
out.
whole fight.
That sound-
And I'm gonna
Fist
tell you,
fight
and I'm gonna
break
tell you
out over
something.
spades.
And
That
y'all
sound
tell
a
me
little
if
offensive.
I'm freaking lying, man. We is not lying.
We not
but
lying.
like literally, I don't play games no more because I can't lose, right? Like I just don't do it. We not fit. I'm not finna fight you because you sent us.
Wow.
We was going 10, man. Like come on. So yeah, so like it's a really emotional. And so when people come and they're like, I don't know, I can kind of play dominoes. I'll be like, oh, don't sit at this table.
Don't sit at the
I said,
table.
let me get you a table.
Let me get you an amateur table.
An amateur table where people
yeah.
don't care if they win. Like
Right.
they're really just trying to.
Ah.
Do
Right.
not sit at a table where people care.
Right.
They is going. Friendships have been lost behind
Yeah.
the fact that you messed up this domino game. I thought you said you could play.
Right.
Right? That's
Yeah,
how they be.
that's how it be.
Wow.
It's real. I'm for real. I would be like, no, boo,
Yeah.
you come here.
Yeah. Right.
You play
right.
with this person, right?
Right.
Or I'm gonna put you with somebody who does it, who's okay with you not knowing
Knowing
exactly how to play.
yeah.
But honey,
I always have to do you know how to play, or you just learning to play?
right?
Like, you got to figure out what
Are
you
you
people
come
at
on
on
now? And
games.
then everybody, everybody's a dominologist or a spadeologist
Mixologist,
or
yeah.
something, an ologist. And so you hear
That's
those,
my daddy.
right?
My
and
daddy
so
forgot he the
trying to
best
tell you.
domino player
So
in the
I
world.
get real quiet. I don't say nothing, right? But I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
So I get on them domino games when it's one-on-one,
One,
and so
yeah.
every 4, and then you be tagging that one that
Bam.
sucked.
You gotta
behind
slap
it,
the table.
and then everybody
Bam.
be yelling at him. Man, stop it! Like
Yeah.
stop letting her score. Man, I'm on this and win all the games from all
Yeah.
the dudes. It'd be the
Yeah.
great feeling. Then I get
know,
up and I
right?
piece them out.
Right.
Man.
Right. Holla.
They be like, let's run it back.
No. I got you.
I'm walking out this a winner.
Look, I love, like, if I go somewhere and it's a pool game getting in, and because I'm a female, I'll be like, y'all got anybody
You got any-
next?
yeah, I'ma
Like,
play.
I'm gonna try to play. I think I haven't played in years,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
love for a dude to be like,
Where do you guys
"What
hang the
got?"
sticks?
Yeah. Where's the cue? I need your
No,
chalk.
no,
What's
the
that
sticks.
chalk
What's that
stuff?
chalk
Where are the
stuff?
That
sticks?
chalk stuff.
And you get on there and run
Knock
the
it on
table.
Boop, knock them out the pocket. Boop, put that money back up there.
beep, beep,
How you say?
Ding, ding.
Man, you're gonna have to sit me at
Yeah.
the middle school table on all of these games.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna have to sit at the middle school table because I don't have these kind of skills.
When I say don't you do it, like for real, and I don't know about any other culture. I feel like
Yeah.
there's other people that get a little bit extra with it, but I know black people do.
Yes.
Like and you could go to anybody's house,
Right.
Because you have to go by the house rules too. You go to somebody's house for a get together, whatever. They
Yes.
pull out the dominoes. Okay, what's the house rules? What we playing
Right,
in here?
right.
Joker deuce, joker whatever
Yeah.
for spades and on
Yeah.
dominoes, and we playing nick 'em.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to get the rules down.
Right.
Yeah.
For anything else.
Right.
And then, let the games commence. But I mean, I'm telling you, man, it
Yeah.
could be real. So if all that, come out.
Right.
Come out for some fun yelling. Come on out.
We're gonna have a
Fun
good time. Start working on
yelling.
your vocal cords.
fun-
Me.
Some fun fighting and yelling and screaming. No, but we had wings. We had they have this honey buffalo
What was this
wing at Tanks.
Oh, at Tanks. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I
honey
love
buffalo, boo. I was like, this
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is special. So we ate that. We had everything on the
I like
menu.
them
I think we
fries.
had.
Them seasoned fries.
Then we had the fries too.
Oh my God, them seasoned fries. I'm gonna go to hell.
I
for them
like
seasoned fries.
group events like this because everybody had their own
Yeah.
stuff, and I just be going to hi.
Yep.
Hey.
Pull it from everybody's table.
Let get one of them wings.
Look, you be like this. What's this? Let me try.
Let me try that.
You just gotta go in though. You gotta go in while you asking.
Can't wait. Right.
You gotta go in.
Can't hesitate.
That's my fat girl anointed. That's my thickum anointed.
I'm with you, girl.
Yeah.
And they
That's
be
my
like,
thickum
and so
anointed.
when you go to
I'm
restaurants,
anointed to eat. You didn't know that?
I love it. I'm
when
a
you go to
fan.
restaurants, do you like? Because everybody has to order something different with me. We can't have the same
Oh,
stuff.
no,
How am
no,
I gonna
no,
taste
yeah.
your food if we got the same
Yeah,
food?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's just like me and
Just
Kevin. Me
making
and Kevin
sure.
about to eat and I'll order something opposite from him, and then his food come be looking grand.
Good.
I'm like, why I didn't get
Why
that?
I didn't get that?
I'm like, let me have a little piece. Let me get that piece right there on the end, but you got to go in while you ask.
Gotta go in, cause they'll stop you.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
You got to go in while you ask.
All right, what's going on, Zay?
I'm working on my technique right now. So, I'm like, may I try some of that?
That's it, baby. That's it. By the time you're at some of that, you already here.
You already
Yeah, you
there.
already-
May I
you already
have
put it
some
in.
of that?
Yeah, you already pulled it in. You already
May I have some of that?
Yes.
That's the
one.
perfect
That's
one.
the one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna read you guys some headlines.
Okay.
And then y'all tell me what you think about it.
I love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Let's
So
play.
here's the first. Don't look though, because everybody
Okay.
be always looking at my
Okay,
screen.
don't look. I ain't gonna cheat.
Don't cheat. Lion bites late night zoo intruder trying to breach enclosure over 19-foot fence.
Wait, he tried to get into the lion's cage?
He should have ate him up.
Why?
That's home invasion.
Well, hold on. Okay, so that's home invasion.
Exactly.
What state you think this happened?
California.
Okay, ding 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 ding
Wow.
ding ding ding.
Wouldn't have even known that one.
California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, black folk ain't. I bet you they wasn't black because ain't no black folks trying to climb over into no lion enclosure.
No, we don't do that. We might be from Africa, but we don't do that.
Right.
We ain't
We are not playing with wildlife. That is why they are called wildlife.
Wildlife, that's
We
right.
do not play with wildlife.
We do
Lions,
thug
tigers,
life.
and bears.
We do
Oh my.
thug
Not
life,
wildlife.
Not wildlife.
Wildlife.
So yeah, man, a lion bit a man in a California zoo after the late night intruder allegedly attempted to enter the animal's enclosure. Okay, and we got a picture that I can show you right
But
now.
I just don't understand
Check
why.
out your man.
Did he say why he
He's
did that?
having
A bad day.
He's having a bad day. Look at that. Look at that.
they-
It's
Oh,
a
wow.
lion, quote unquote. It's a lion, so you can only speculate what would have happened, Anderson said. But it was a 19-foot fence, so who knows if he would have made it over.
Wow.
The 40-acre zoo is reviewing surveillance footage of the incident, but has found no video of the man's climbing any fences. The zoo didn't know his name, and police did not respond to ABC News' request for a comment.
Wow.
But
That's
we also
crazy.
got here's a close-up of your
Yeah,
man
he looked crazy.
having a
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah.
having a wild night.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. With wildlife.
With wildlife, that's right.
Wild life.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh! So yeah, there it is.
Silly.
So that happened.
Silly, man.
Rihanna was just named an ambassador
Yay.
of Barbados.
What?
Yeah, how cool is that?
Work.
You know
Okay.
that's her.
She be
Yeah,
working.
that's
Yeah.
another job.
Yeah.
right.
She's an ambassador of
That's a-
somewhere.
And-
Well, she's
Ambassador.
born and raised Barbadian.
Born
She's
and
a
raised in Barbados. She's a Bayesian, and as soon as the picture comes up, I will show you guys. But they gave her this really long title. It's ambassador. I couldn't even pronounce the second word. Ambassador extraordinary. Hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. Ambassador extraordinary plenipotentiary. Plenipotentiary.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's some Harry Potter stuff. But
I know, right?
she is the funk over there, apparently.
Yeah.
So she basically they're putting her in charge as an ambassador. They're having her be an ambassador of like goodwill, education, entertainment, like those kind of things to kind of
Plenipotentiary.
in
I need to Google that.
in making the youth. You
Right.
know, bigger and more powerful
Right.
and empowering them and giving them great things for
Man,
the
Rihanna
island
is
and its
doing
future.
it.
Yeah.
Man, let me
I
tell
got
you
her
something.
perfume though.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
There it is.
I like Rihanna. I like Rihanna.
Yeah,
I don't
me
know if
too.
I like her music. I just like her hustle, man.
Yeah,
It's
her hustle
like-
is cold.
It's man.
Her hustle is cold.
I like her music.
I'm sure I do. That's why. Really.
Work.
You send me after you work.
See me do me dirt.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the one.
Blah
Wait, no.
blah 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 blah. I don't know what she said. I don't even know.
Listen,
I don't even think it's words.
Listen, you gotta hustle hard or go home.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you gotta get out here and get it. Ain't back in the day when people would help you.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's one thing that we say, our San Antonians too. We'd be like, oh, look, man, you can't just, nobody's gonna give it to you. You got to go work for it. And it's hard because San Antonio is not an area of a lot of stuff, and I think we're just now growing and coming up in the entertainment industry and stuff too. We don't have a lot of people before us to show us the way and that we saw. So you know what we're seeing now is kind of we the ones, you know, the ones to do it. But it's you just gotta keep going, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep putting yourself out there. You gotta put the work in.
And put the work in. It's not gonna just come. Like you can't just talk about it.
Right. People always tell me, slow down. You're doing too much. Slow down. Well, you know the first coming, right? You know
and right after the first leave, it coming back.
It's coming back again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know the first is coming. You know, was you gonna pay a bill or something?
Right.
I forget.
But you know that whole mentality. Look, I'm gonna go real quick. That whole mentality of it. You know, school's coming, so I don't even know why everybody needs help with backpacks. When you know, as soon as you bought that backpack, you're gonna need another one. So go get one. You know what I'm saying? Why? All those things that we plan for every year. Christmas is coming. You know your kids gonna want some Christmas presents. Start putting some money up and doing some things. So like you said, it's always going. Yeah. People act like Christmas is here. Right. It just popped up on me.
It came so fast. This is what
they've been playing Christmas music since Halloween. I know you know Christmas is here.
I'm about to put my lights out there to give the neighborhood because I got to look out for my people. Put my lights up so they can know.
People have hard times, yes, and I ain't talking about everybody, but some of y'all just be not saving correctly, not putting things away, not preparing correctly, and then when it gets there, it's like, oh no, my daughter's gonna be so sad that I can't buy her an iPhone X. Well, I ain't buying it.
Look, I'm not gonna spend no money
ain't buying
on no cell phone that costs more than my car.
No, I gave cell phones this past time. There was flip phones with cards that said, here's some minutes and some you can call your mama when you need something.
Right. Call me after 9 when my minutes is free.
Remember those phones? You no kid, no iPhone. What you talking about? You called the wrong number. This is the one.
Right.
Not Apple.
My granddaughter.
Call
my
me
granddaughter
after
told me,
7:30.
Right. My granddaughter told me
the answering machine.
Yeah, my granddaughter. She'll be 9 November 30th. She said, Grandma. I said, what? She said, you saving your money?
Huh?
I said, why you asking me? I said, Mama, cause my birthday coming, girl. That's what she told me. She said, my birthday coming, girl.
Like,
and I want some
like
Pumas,
we at the salon.
I want some Pumas and I want some Nike and I want a Louis. I said, baby, you need 2 things. You need a job or a man. And so she was like, Grandma. She didn't say nothing. She turned around. She says, I got a man. He just don't have a job yet. We kids, Grandma. I was like, no, little girl. You don't have a man. Oh my God. No, you do not.
Yeah, his name Jeremy, and we share.
And we share. I'm like, is that really his name?
And we share crayons.
Her little sister, Juicy, says, his name's Jeremy, Grandma, but he ugly. You know, the little sister gonna always tell all the big business. Yeah.
So is that Bill Cosby I see over there?
Well, yeah, because I wanted to talk a little bit about, I mean, you know, we're almost done, but next week is when, because we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
What's going on with Bill Cosby? His sentencing is actually next week. It starts on Monday, and it's a 2-day hearing for sentencing for him, right?
Wow.
So he was found guilty on 3 counts of, I think it was indecent. Let me find out what the exact aggravated indecent assault is what he was found on 3 counts.
How many years does that come with?
Well, he's going to be entering. The judge has the ability to go anywhere from probation to like 30 years in prison, right? So he's going into Pennsylvania courthouse on Monday, and there's truly a possibility that when he walks in there, he will never walk out.
Yeah, I thought that there's
crazy, right?
statute of limitations on.
No, there was, but not on these 3 women that got it.
3.
Oh.
I mean, there was. I mean, look at it. It's, you know, it spans 50 years or whatever
like
it might be.
Years.
So maybe some of the first ones, maybe at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, the first ones, the statute of limitation ran out, but these ones that got them, they were just right on the mark. They probably like a year away from it being too late.
Oh wow! And see, this is my thing. If something traumatic happens to me, I'm gonna get you right then. You rape me or you beat me or whatever, I'm getting you right then.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait.
Well, this is a different. I feel like this
50
is
years later to say you did something for me just to be relevant.
I feel like this is a different time, though. You know, it's kind of like people talking about slavery now and what they would do now versus when it was actual slavery. And I just want to slap every last person. I wouldn't be a slave, right? You'd be dead,
right? Right. Hello.
Right. Exactly. You just be dead, right?
And trauma, and just being in the medical field, trauma. You can't put a timeline on trauma.
No, you can't. You know and my thing is that again, the times are different. Now, women run things. Women are presidents. Women do the inappropriate stuff to other people. You know, it was. But 30 years ago, let's be honest, y'all, the men ran the workplace, and the men were the bosses, and the men were this, and you were a secretary, you were assistant, or you were trying to make it up the ladder as an executive. People did do things that you were like, now if I say something, they gonna blackball you. Regardless, and even if you sue or whatever, you have lost your position. They have Kaepernicked your ass. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, 30 years ago, women didn't have so much of a liberty to speak up when somebody was doing that. So it's different. Like I'm sure some scenarios were probably not. Were brought on by the women or brought on by being in a certain situation or whatever the case may be. If you walking into parties popping pills and doing drugs, hey, what up? And you leave out there like, I think I was molested. I'm looking at you a little, you know what I'm saying? Because you drove your ass to the party. But if you just doing your normal thing and the party came to you and you didn't ask for it, I didn't ask for no invitation to this. Different story.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so that's what I be looking at on these things.
Let me ask y'all this question. What do y'all feel about the policeman who shot the black dude while he was in his apartment?
How do I feel?
We've talked about that for days.
I know. I was like, how do I feel?
We've talked about that for days. You should have been watching. You would have had a 6-hour soliloquy.
Well, I have a job to do, so like I couldn't watch the one.
We also work.
Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't see that particular show.
Episode, right. So tell me what you think.
Now, what you think
no,
is what I asked.
I think it's extremely sad. I think that there's more to the story. I have absolutely no idea, but I did see last night that they reported on the news that little mama is still getting a paycheck. So she is on administrative leave. She is still getting her paycheck, and she refused to make a statement. I guess it was something that would get her off or whatever, but she refused to make the statement afraid that she would incriminate herself. So I was like, very, very interesting. So she's still getting her paycheck.
She didn't call 911 first. She called her partner.
Yeah. So she said that she didn't want to incriminate herself by making a statement for anything, and the girl's still getting paid. So with that, I think it's disgusting. I hate that so very much because, again, it's always looking at it across the board. If it was a regular citizen that would have walked into somebody's house and said, oops, I thought I was in the wrong place, he would be in jail. He probably wouldn't even be out on bond. If he was, he would be dead. Yeah. They would have shot him on the scene, you know. So it's like the fact that it's not an even playing field just pisses me off.
Yes.
Indeed. All right, let's end off with a good story.
Okay.
A feel-good story.
Okay.
Yes, a feel-good
so
story.
last night, Beyonce and Jay-Z were in concert, and they gave away a $100,000 scholarship to an audience goer that needs to go to college.
Wow.
Really cool, right?
They have it on video?
Yeah, there's video. Well, there's, the
little
from
coverage
ABC,
of it.
but there's a little bit of coverage from it. Do you want to watch?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. That's cool.
Play, I say. Oh.
Beyonce surprising this Valley teen with $100,000 to attend the college of her dreams. All this going down last night at the big concert out in Glendale. ABC 15's Angie Kaylee is at the Boys and Girls Club in Maryville with the backstory.
We get it. So
there was a backstory because I was trying to figure out who.
Coming here for 10 years. She volunteers with the group, even serves on boards, and manages to keep a 3.7 GPA at school.
Good job, girl.
She never imagined her affiliation with the group would get her a free ride to the college of her choice.
It was a good time, but I'm really tired today.
Michaela Lowry is coming down from a teenager's ultimate high. Not just the Beyonce Jay-Z concert, but this moment.
On the 1-2 scholarship goes to... Is it Michaela? You gonna be my friend? Michaela!
Yeah, it was just a crazy day. Like, in my classes, we watched the video of ABC 15 News, and yeah, everyone was just happy for me.
Michaela had always planned to go to college. She just didn't know how she'd pay for it. It's something her mom
most of us,
worried
right?
about too.
You know, I'm a single mom, and their father passed about 45 years ago. So
45.
It's been a little struggle.
But not only can she afford college now, she can afford the college of her choice.
I'm thinking GCU because they have a great forensics program.
But she hasn't ruled out ASU or leaving the state altogether. She says she owes it all to her mom, the Boys and Girls Club, and of course, these superstars.
Students receiving one of these scholarships. Beyonce and Jay-Z are giving one away to a student on each stop of their tour, totaling $1.1 million.
Look at that.
In Phoenix, Santi
You guys
Kaylee,
missed it because you were talking because, you know.
$1.1 million?
No. Okay, so.
It's hard to imagine.
Okay, to you. And are we back? Yes, we're back. Okay, so Beyonce and Jay-Z are giving away one of these scholarships at every stop of their tour.
Wow. Beautiful.
In total, it will be $1.1 million worth of scholarships.
Wow, these are the things that you do.
Yeah,
these are the things that you
make
do.
it.
Absolutely.
That's
make it.
That's what makes my heart my whole soul just
Yeah.
smiles when
Yeah.
people do stuff like that. You don't have to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And $100,000,
$100,000.
that covers. That's not getting you in, and then you still got to figure out your books. Or you still got to figure out this.
Yeah.
It's not just 1 year. It should be a few years. You know, of whatever. That's housing. Like that's freaking awesome. I like when people help people and they help them completely.
Yeah.
I mean, you can help people as much as you can, but you know how hard stuff is. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm only getting my books, great, I got my books, but I still got to figure out how to get there. You know what I'm saying? Or I got here and I still got to figure out how to get my books.
But you know what? That's okay. So if a bunch of us are able to help little by little, I mean, you'd be surprised. I know people that have scholarships that they give out to kids. It's $500.
That's it. Yeah.
And it's enough to help with something.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Kids are so grateful. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yes.
When a science book now costs $150.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You just bought me my science book, my math book,
and a couple of binders and folders
and
and
some
stuff.
other
And
stuff.
some
Thank you. You know what I mean? And it matters. So if you guys ever wonder about how, well, you know, these scholarships are really rich people just giving a bunch of money away. No, the average person can save $500 and then create the book
scholarship,
the Kingdom Scholarship, right? And then just give it to somebody and enjoy.
Scholarship already, girl. And I'm gonna tell you who does do that. The lady running for judge, Miss Rosie Gonzalez. She actually does a book scholarship.
There you go.
So if she meets a kid throughout the year, however she meets them, and that you plan on going to school, all right. She says, bring me your grades at the end of whatever the year, and proof that you're gonna register for the next school year. I'll pay for all your books.
Wow.
And that's what she does.
Very cool.
And you know that's again like we just said, $1,000. That could be $1,200, $1,300 easily
$1,300 for books.
For books.
Yes, for books.
So,
That they might not open.
Right. So you know, at the end
you
of the
could
day,
catch me senior year. I was like, oh, I
should have opened this book.
Should have done something with this one. That fresh binder smell as soon as you.
And that's the end of the year.
Fresh crack of the book.
That's not right.
Ooh, finals are coming up. We like to pray at the end of every show. Would you join us?
Yes.
Wonderful.
She likes to pray at the end of her shows too.
There you go. Let's do it.
I feel like yours are longer than mine, so I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it. You better get it in, baby. Get it in, Jesus.
Lord. Dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for another day and giving us another opportunity to uplift the kingdom. Thank you for this beautiful soul that sits in between us. Give her the strength that she needs to do whatever that she needs to do. Give her the power, the people that she needs around her. Plus, put her in front of the folks that you know that she can be a blessing to. So we can continue to uplift the kingdom day after day. Give us traveling grace today, and of course, let's keep joy in our hearts, knowing all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen,
Amen,
and
Amen.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes.
She said, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget, guys, September 28th, make sure to get your tickets to the Leave 'em Laughing Comedy Jam. One of the illustrious stars has been with us all day today. If you guys missed any portion of today's show, all you got to do is click on that little button to rewind and watch the whole thing and relive the magic over and over again. And you probably have to do it all weekend because we'll be back on Monday for some fresh new love.
Do you believe in magic? You know, I was thinking it. I'm like, yes. Zay, we love you.
We love you.
Bernita, we love you.
I love you all.
We love you.
Absolutely. All right, San Antonio, Alamo City, and around the world. Keep it sexy, keep it classy, and of course, keep it clean.
That's right.
Kiss your face.
We love you, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.